Yeah, good morning everybody. It's Thursday. I believe it's May 27th. Um yeah, this is day 2 of me starting my YouTube channel up. Trying to get the hang of everything, just trying to get to the point where hold on one second. I got some like a toothpaste. I use that charcoal toothpaste. I got some toothpaste on my thing on lip. But yeah, no, yeah. This is how I do that. Yeah. Looking up a video. But yeah, anyways, um, what I what I want to talk about right now is what I'm doing right now. So I wake up in the morning. I'm saying smoke some trees for right now. I'm saying I don't smoke trees all the time, but I'm on a little trip right now where I'm smoking trees. I'm about to get back to work in a minute. But right now, what I'm doing is I am making my YouTube videos. So I'm just getting on here talking about different topics, um, things maybe letting things formulate, as I go along. Just starting doing like a video a day. Maybe this is like a journal or a vlog or whatever. So right now in my life, I'm 33 years old. Just turned 33 March 18th. It's 2020. Uh, George Floyd just happened. Um, and it's now Thursday. I think it's 2 days, 3 days later, something like that. This is day three of rioting. If they riot today, it'll be day three. Honestly, man, my thoughts on this whole situation. Problems have solutions. In this world today, we have opportunity to implement solutions so that tomorrow we don't have to face the same problems over and over and over again, which is what's been happening for the last 80, 100 years with this police brutality thing. And it's like, yo, this is getting out of control. All of this second class citizen bullshit. Let's get it out of there. We know it's 2020 now, man. Let's get rid of all of the bullshit. You're not allowed to just kill black people. That's what we are stating as the people. Everyone has come together and said, you know what? We're tired of it. All right, it's over with. The whole Ku Klux Klan bullshit, the whole white supremacy bullshit. You should drop it before we drop you because we are about all we have to do is drop you. You know what I'm saying? And that's like where it's coming to. It's like, yo, we're not about to just let you kill these people who weren't doing anything to any fucking body, just living their life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe going through some tough times in their life, and you bring your bullshit to their life. It's like, come on now, we're not about to just settle for that all the time, man. There comes a point where it's like, yo, we are about to start take some action because you have too much power to be making these types of mistakes and then try not to pay for it. It's like, damn, you're making a human a human thing is killing another human is regarded as a mistake, regarded as an accident most of the time, unless it's like an egregious criminal. So basically, what you're saying is because you're getting away with it, this person basically deserved to die. But it's like, who gave you the right to kill that person? We gave you the right to police the streets and for the majority just serve people who are in need. You know what I'm saying? If someone is in need of help, if someone is extremely harassing someone or impending on their rights, that's the whole point of the police at this point. Maybe they started as a slave trade branch off or whatever, a need for some type of regular government outside of a militia or whatever, because yeah, or a guard or some situation, some such thing like that for a royal guard. If you think about the history of what, that we were taught, or the common history of how things start to progress to modern civilization today, is basically these people are given invested power by us, and they use that power against individuals in that community in an improper way. It's not a part of their job description to harass black people. That's not. It's not a part of your job description to just question black people. What happens is there are people in the world calling the police on other individuals, and now the police are using that as a means. Okay, because I'm servicing this human being, you're now the criminal. You know what I'm saying? And then that's not the case all the time. And you don't get and police are making another mistake when they decide to treat someone differently when they feel that person is a criminal. That's the biggest problem with police right now. Aside from racism or anything else, it's the basic breakdown of them not obeying the law. The police are not obeying the law. And that's what it is. And if they misinterpret the law, it seems like they do. They think that they don't have to respect black people with the law. Like they just use the law against black people. And it's kind of like an unfortunate thing. And it doesn't matter whether the person is innocent or bad. We're just talking about people in general. Okay, well, was he better? It doesn't matter. It's you use the law against the person to determine whether or not the law should be enforced upon them based on that situation. That's what it's about. If the law cannot be enforced upon them, then that situation right there, the law cannot be enforced upon them. And so you have to take account of it. If you cannot prove without a shadow of a doubt that that was that person that did that, that made that offense, that committed this crime, then you have no jurisdiction invested from the people to take any part in that. So you're abusing the power that's invested in the people. You're stealing power that wasn't even invested in you by the people. So that is what you're doing. You're stealing power and you're using the stolen power to do something that nobody wants you to do. The people are telling you that that's not what we want. That's not what we put you there for. That's not what you're hired to do. And that means everybody who's in that whole chain of command from bottom to top all over the country where similar things happen. And on the basis of the matter is that what's happening is black people are being disrespected, harassed, molested, and abused and murdered in the streets by police officers under the guise of for somebody's good or for their own safety. Where the hell do you get off using for your own safety as a reason for you to approach someone else, involve them in an altercation, and expect them to do everything that you, as a normal human being, you would not normally be able to do that. That would not normally be able to be done. That would be illegal if you did that in any other circumstance. That's why it's illegal. Period. It's still illegal for you as a police officer to do those things. That's not how it works. You don't get to go and command somebody to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Especially a human being who has not been put on trial and taken to court and given a fair judgment in the court of law. That's why they have the judge there. Even though some of these judges are shitty too, the judges need to get out of there too. It's a whole systemic process. Everyone in the chain is like a bunch of cousins start to line up and say, okay, well we're all doing illegal activity. Let's go and apply for jobs inside of the government. That way we can make the laws and nobody can arrest us because we all know each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening. They have a monopoly in the government. That's what's actually happening. They have a monopoly on the control factors. We are letting these people abuse us every single day because we are simply not angry enough or agitated enough or afraid enough to group together and say, hey, let's come together. They're putting us in a group and they're shooting us down one by one when we're not even affiliated. They're affiliated all across the country. They're affiliated. That's the problem. Black people are not affiliated all across the country. I don't know somebody over. I'm not a part of an organization that knows somebody. I'm a part of a family, but that family, we don't talk. Nobody talks in the family. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, we may as well not even be. You know what I'm saying? These people communicate yearly, weekly with their little inner circle of them so they can attach themselves to it more firmly and believe in it. Some bullshit. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. But black people need to start sticking together, man, and come together with a good energy, a good plan, and stick to it like it's work. It is work. It's a job we got to do. And if we all work on it, we won't have to worry about working for a white motherfucker to pay for some bills. That's the thing. It's like it's an all-in-one inclusive solution. Work together. Get your defenses up. Learn how to fight because you're going to have to fight in life. That's what this is about. This is a fight. Life is a fight right now. This is a fight. There's people that are trying to molest you, and you have to fight them off or be molested. The only way to fight them off is to group up because guess what? They went and got in a group. They went and got a group, and their group has been so successful that they're now leading the country because you refuse to group up, meet up, create apps, create organizations. Actually create the organization, get the memo, get the principles, the guidelines, what the organization is for, what it's meant to do, to unify black men in America, to advance everyone, and to basically
shine on our enemies. You know what I'm saying? Be able to shine in spite of the presence of our enemies. You know what I'm saying? They work for us. That's what it means. When they say your enemies, you will feast before in the table before your enemies. They work for you. If they can't get you to do nothing wrong, they have to look at you and watch you be successful. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about. There's demons inside of these police officers. There's demons inside of them, man, and they don't want to see. They're normal people. They're normal people with demons. It's demons, man. What that means is there's a part of you that wants destruction. That's what that means. It's not like this, oh, this monster. It's you, but there's a complex in you where you want to see somebody else's destruction rather than you want to see somebody else's success. And you will act on wanting to see the things that cause someone else's destruction, and you will also believe that you want to see their success at the same time. Like, you will encourage a person to ruin their life right now with the assumption that, oh, well, later on it's going to get better for him. Oh, he's doing 20 years now, but in 40 years, well, at the whole time you could have helped the person out so they didn't have to do the 40 years in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You guys are monsters. You're savages. You're vicious. You need to realize that. And that's the problem, is you haven't realized what you are. You don't know yourself. You don't know how terrible you actually are. And this is for all the people out there who are molesting people, using power invested in them, not really invested in them, using power that's invested in them to steal power that was never invested in them, to do things that were very malicious, molestatious, sadistic. You know what I'm saying? Just very bad things. So that's the government we live in, where these people are delusional. They think they're doing the right thing, but hey, you're actually doing the wrong thing. And you're making a delusion to yourself as if, oh, later on, it's going to help him later on, and it's going to be a good thing for him, that we set him up to do this thing, and now we're going to put him in prison. Instead of, hey, confronting him and saying, hey, we have this information on you, it's time for you to make a change. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's time for you to make a change. And that's where it comes down to respect. They respect their own people like that. Say, hey, it's time. They'll give their own people warning. But with us, they'll coax us into doing something, and then once they got us, it only takes one time and we're gone for life. If they catch them one time, it's like, okay, well, we'll give you a back rub and a foot massage, let you stay at home and pay you for the rest of the year, and then you'll come back and you'll do some work here, but you know, everything will be all good. You know what I mean? You can work, or you can become chief in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on now. Let's get this shit together. Let's understand that this is what's going on. Let's get this stuff documented. Let's create apps. Let's get an analyst on this stuff. Let's get accountants on this stuff. Take account of all these situations, man, and get them out in plain view. What makes a difference is when we get all of this stuff in plain view. Let's get more surveillance on these police officers. Let's get more restrictions on these white police officers when it comes to stopping black people. That's what has to happen. There has to be restrictions on white police officers stopping black people. If you don't think it's realistic, you're delusional. You need to wake up and realize that these people are systematically using their power to harass black people every single day, with every encounter. That's harassment. They need restrictions placed on them because they're using their power to actually harass and strip these people of their freedoms, their liberties, and their rights. We have Miranda rights. There's police officers out here specifically stripping you of your Miranda rights. Why are they doing that? Because there's pressure on them from somewhere in their line of command to make arrests. Why are they pressured to make arrests? That's where the problem is coming from. Who is pressuring these police officers to make these arrests? That's our enemy right there. Whoever is pressuring these police officers to make these arrests, that's the true enemy. The police officers are not actually even the enemy. They're in a fucked up situation, but they are taking the side of the enemy by not taking their own control of their mind and saying, hey, this is actually wrong. This goes against my oath. Why am I getting in a position, taking an oath to fulfill that position, and then this person over here is telling me, oh, well, you have to break that oath. And it's like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? No, that person is making you break your oath. That is the evil motherfucker. That's the person that you need to stop. You're a police officer. You signed up for the job. You fucked up and you went against your oath and you stopped the person that you were supposed to be serving instead of stopping the person that's making you do this shit. They got you in the clutch 22. Guess what? The people will come to support you if you make your story known. There's people who have made this known and they've come out and they've been supported. I know police officers are afraid for their lives, of other police officers killing them, all this other shit. But yo, you gotta realize they're just human beings, bro. You are just afraid. You need to fucking man up and say, hey, I'm willing to die for this instead of kill somebody for this. That's what life is about. You gotta be willing to die for something rather than kill somebody. It's like, you know what, I'll die for it before I have to kill an innocent motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you. I'll kill you first, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You trying to make me kill an innocent motherfucker? That's where integrity is. It's like, you're trying to make me kill this innocent motherfucker? I'm gonna kill your ass first or die trying. You know what I'm saying? You motherfucker, fuck you. Try to put me in a position where I have to kill somebody who hasn't done anything to anybody? You got your anger in the wrong place, people. You need to be angry at the people that's pressuring these police, which is the fucking government. Motherfuckers in the government. Motherfuckers being controlled by the government. Motherfuckers controlling people in the government. Find the people who are your real enemy, bruh, and you're getting somewhere. And then you know who your friends are, and then you know what you can do. We're in your position of power. Work from a position of power. This is bigger than the bullshit that you think it is, man. These people are trying to rile you up and get you to do shit so they can retaliate against you. What do? You fucking organize, and you get bigger than them. We don't even need to be bigger than them. 100 brothers together, man, can take out 1,000 of these motherfuckers easy. They're scared of us. 100 brothers together, man, with a few females in there in the mix, man, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The damage you could do, they can't stop it. They know they can't. So the best thing they can do is try to think up something quick. These days are going by, but they're thinking up some shit. You know they trying to think up some shit. We got to dismantle the army if we're going to take our rightful place and take over this Constitution, because the Constitution says that it's now legal for us to take over the government because they're taking over, they're impeding on our rights. And they've been impeding on the rights of black men for a long time now. So it's been legal. It's been legal for us to take over the government. It's been legal for us to take over the government. It's been our right it's our right to take over the government now because they're taking our rights as black men. We just have to know that, get the word out, get organized. We don't have to do it by force. Nobody has to die. And that's the best way, is remember that you're smart enough to do it to where nobody actually even has to die for you to even take over. You can take over the whole government and nobody has to die. You can do it legally. You can do it with some fucking lawyers. And I guarantee you, get this word out to the right person, you can take over the government with some fucking lawyers right now. I'm pretty sure you could. And the lawyers and influence over generals. If you get the generals on your side, bro, you can clean out the whole fucking White House, the whole fucking legislation, the whole fucking electoral college. Clear that bullshit out. Get a new system in where you actually get to vote for the people that you want representing you based off the amount of people that are in the fucking country. The the allotment of the electoral college, the Senate, is based off in the number of people. That number needs to increase based off the population increasing, and we also need to increase on better living. Because it has to start with reform of the whole government. The whole government needs to be reformed seriously, all the way down to the police officers. You can't try to chop the fucking sword out of the motherfucking hand and expect you want to fight. You just knocked one fucking sword off. You know what I'm saying? You chipped a little bit off of this motherfucking sword. You gotta hit that motherfucker in his heart. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta go for the heart, bro. And you gotta go for the government, and you gotta really do it legally and right in their face and make them watch you take over the government legally and without nobody having to fucking die. And that's how you do the shit.